Hello, how's it going everyone? I'm back with another top 10 list. This time we'll be talking about strings everybody should duck. The requirement to be on this list is that the strings can't have any mix-up options. Let me provide you with a couple of examples what I mean by that. I won't be listing strings like Sasalamel his 6AA because you're going to get hit by his 6AB if you try to duck it. Or strings like Nightmare 6AA because he can go into stance after 6A hold and mix you up. Let's get to it. Number 10. Gro, Kilik, Sofitia, Mitsurugi and Sasalamel. AAA. To start this list, I'm going to go with something most people probably know about, but is definitely worth mentioning. There are several characters in SoulCaliburVI that have an AAA string where the last hit is a high. In my opinion, these extensions aren't really good for anything other than to catch you swinging after the initial AA to make you respect that it's still your opponent's turn even if you blocked AA and your opponent is at negative frames. Though Sofitia and Mitsurugi's AAA can also be interrupted. Just keep in mind that some characters have a high extension, so don't go swinging. Duck the extension instead and punish them as hard as you can if they throw out the entire string. Number 9. Mina. 3KK. Mina is one of the slower characters in SoulCaliburVI 6. The fastest button is the simple K at 12 frames. So you might understand that Mina players may be tempted to throw out 3KK when you are in her face pressuring her, because at 14 frames and the first hit being a mid, the string seems pretty good. Although the string is only neutral on hit, it's also safe on block, so it's a good choice to interrupt your pressure if you don't know that you can actually duck the second hit. But since you just learned, or maybe you already knew, that the second hit is a high, simply duck it and punish her for it, so you can get straight back into her face to pressure her some more. Number 8. Raphael. 6A plus B. When you block Raphael his 6A plus B, it kind of looks like he has a lot of frame advantage, which is actually not true, as he is at -2 when you block the move. However, having access to a 10 frame move, which most characters don't have, and only being at -2 on block doesn't exactly discourage Raphael players from pressing buttons afterwards. Since Raphael can be a very overwhelming character, especially to newcomers, you want to take back your turn whenever you can. The good thing for you as the defender is that Raphael has to commit to the string, because it's a single input, so make sure to be ready to duck the second hit of the string to punish him. Number 7. Astaroth. 1KA. Asta's 1K by itself is good near the edge of the stage because even though it's rather slow and possible to block on reaction, it can ring you out on neutral hit, no counter hit needed. When Asta hits with his 1K, he is still only going to be at neutral. So to keep you from beating his next attack, he is going to use the extension because as long as you got hit by the 1K, the A cannot be interrupted, while doing anything else after 1K might beat his attack since he isn't exactly the fastest character. You don't have to worry whether or not you are going to be able to block his 1K either, as you can duck under the high either way. Just respect that he has to follow up, be patient, and punish it if he uses the extension. Also, if you happen to block 1K, you can interrupt the follow-up with an 18 frame attack or a high crush. Number 6. Emi. While Rising BB. If you know one thing about Amy, it is that she wants to stock up on roses as fast as possible to get access to better moves and more damaging combos. While Rising BB is one of the moves that she has that will give her +1 red rose while she hits you with it. It's only -12 frames on block, which for most characters only means a simple AA or K punish. And I would definitely take that risk to stock up on another red rose. Now, if you do as you should, which is stack the second hit of the string and punish her as hard as your character allows it, Amy will definitely be discouraged to just throw out this move mindlessly in order to maybe gain one more red rose. Number 5. Mitsurugi 4-4 BAB. Let's just pretend for a second that we don't know about the faults the string has and talk about the good properties first. Mitsurugi's 4-4 BAB is safe on block, leaves you in crouch, and he can also cancel 4-4 BA into misstance while holding the A. And giving him the opportunity to go into misstance for free if we don't have to let him do that doesn't sound like a good time to me. So instead we're going to stop him right in his tracks, duck under the second hit of the string and punish him as hard as we can. Little extra note about the string is that you can actually sidestep the last hit of his 4-4 BAB as well. As long as you only do a small sidestep and block, you don't have to worry about getting hit by misstance horizontals either. Number 4. Changhua 4 crouch 3 AB. First of all, I want to mention that Changhua has amazing mid while rising attacks that will keep you from ducking the initial full crouch 3A unless you like to get hit by her full crouch 3B or while rising B. The string is excellent to go fishing for counter hits because the extension comes out rather late, which might make you think that it is your turn to attack again. Getting hit by the B extension gives Changhua a guaranteed 6 BB follow-up, but she can also choose to attempt the low throw, which a lot of people never seem to be ready to break. You should really practice your patience with the string. Wait and see if she is going to throw out the extension or not, and when she is going to do it, you have to be ready to duck it and make her regret ever thinking about trying to bait you into getting hit by it. Number 3. Terra Gloomy Side 3AA and 3A A+B. Although these moves don't have all that much range, at 14 frames Terra's 3AA and 3A A+B are superb mid-horizontals that can be hit confirmed and will knock you down. You will see a lot of Terra players use these moves after she has used other moves that leave her at plus frames such as her 4A+B or even slightly negative frames, as the first hit actually crushes highs. At the right angle, those moves also lead into very damaging wall combos, so you might find her fishing for it when you have your back to the wall. You have to duck these strings after the second hit. If you don't duck it then, you actually will be unable to duck the rest of her 3A A+B even though they are all highs. Just make sure to duck long enough to avoid the extra hits of 3A A+B or use a high crushing punisher. Number 2. Ivy 6AA. We all know that trying to get in on Ivy can be very frustrating because she has quite a few moves with amazing range and more than enough keep-out tools. When you do finally manage to get close to her, you don't want to get pushed out again right away. Her 6AA does exactly that. If you block the string, she is going to push you about half a screen away and you will have to get in all over again. Instead of letting her push you back out, you should duck the last hit of the string and punish her with the hardest while rising punisher your character has to offer. Number 1. Taki, 4BA or 4BA4. A lot of Taki players seem to use this as their go-to move to get into possession and start their shenanigans. 4BA4 has a 12 frame startup, which is really fast and leaves Taki at plus 4 frames on block. So there really isn't much you can do to stop her from mixing you up after you block it. Try to push any buttons and you will probably end up getting countered. Be too defensive and you might end up eating her unblockable because you panic and try to step in the wrong direction. This string is pretty fast, so it might take you a while to get used to ducking it consistently. I think that it is very important to learn to do so she doesn't get to pressure you for free. Honorable mention: Kilik, Soul Charge Critical Edge. This is not a string but a single hit move, and I would like to think that by now most people know that Evil Kilik's critical edge is a high that can be ducked after the animation. If you didn't know before, then now you do, and it will spare you from a lot of damage. A little extra note: if Evil Kilik guard impacts you, there is nothing you can do but eat the critical edge. I hope you enjoyed watching my top 10 list of duckable strings in SoulCalibur 6, and hopefully you also learned something new. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I try to put out content regularly. See you next time, bye bye.